Okay guys, I'm going to show you the current market state of HBAR from a technical point of view. On the left hand side of your chart you can see HBAR USDT versus oil, and on the right hand side of the chart you can see HBAR USDT versus gold. So basically whether HBAR is overvalued or undervalued against gold and against oil. Now this is, in my personal opinion, important to look at because this could give us a clue into what is most likely about to happen here for basically for HBAR, and this also applies to the broader crypto market. Let me first off start off with this chart on the right hand side of your screen, HBAR versus gold. And what you can see is this very important support zone that I have highlighted, which goes back to, let's say, 2020, where HBAR bottomed out here versus gold, and we had a huge rally to the upside. We also bottomed out there versus gold in November 2024, and we had a huge rally against gold. And right now guys, we are once again visiting that exact support zone. Just keep in mind, each and every time when HBAR tests this exact support zone against gold, there's maximum fear in the world and a lot of bad stuff, scary things are happening at that specific point in time. And right now is no exception to that. Now you can see that first off here in 2020, when HBAR visited this exact region against gold, HBAR outperformed gold by a 15x, you could say, and obviously more against the US dollar. And also here in 2024, we had a massive bounce here against gold, 700%. And right now the big question is, are we about to see that big bounce once again here for HBAR versus gold? Guys, I can't predict the future. I cannot guarantee you anything. All I can do here is I can lay out the probabilities, and investing, trading is always a game of probabilities. There is no certainty, not in trading, not in investing, and not in life either. What you also can see here, if we look at the RSI on the weekly time frame for HBAR versus gold, is that HBAR is currently at a historical low point here. We hit oversold here, a reading of 29 here on the weekly RSI, and the only occasion where HBAR dipped lower on the weekly RSI versus gold was actually here at the end of 2022 and the beginning of 2023. So once again, no guarantees that we're going to see a bounce, but yeah, this is basically the region where you want to be interested in HBAR, and basically not whenever HBAR is significantly overvalued versus gold. We saw that here in 2021. We also saw that here in let's say the end of 2024, beginning of 2025. But right now we are at a very cheap valuation. Now, what if we do see a bounce here for HBAR versus gold? What is the, let's say, the first resistance where I'm personally interested in taking profits from off my HBAR position? That is basically this region here, where you can see some touch points in the past. We got rejected here in 2023, rejected in 2024, a little bit of support here in 2025, also a little rejection here. So if we get to, let's say, what is it, 0, a lot of zeros, and then 5, and a lot of zeros, 6, and that is from the current position, a potential move to the upside of, let's say, 158% all the way up to 220% versus gold from our current position. That is a region where I'm interested in taking profits from crypto, or in this case from HBAR. Not financial advice, just my personal strategy, just a game of probabilities. Okay, before I show you HBAR versus oil and HBAR versus the dollar. And by the way guys, if you're looking for a trusted and reliable trading brokerage, I will highly recommend Capital, SureTrade, which have made trading very easy and much profitable. My links are down below. You can proceed to registering your trading account and earn as an advanced trader, as the trade are being carried out automatically by the trading bots, which makes profits guaranteed, ensuring over 10 to 20% profit daily, depending on your investment portfolio. Trading systems save traders from the risk of being liquidated while trading, because the trading risk is being handled by the risk management team. So that was a quick update. Back to the video. again. Let's continue here with the video, and I'm going to show you HBAR versus oil, and after that I'm going to talk about HBAR versus the dollar and my personal price targets. Now, if we look at HBAR versus oil, which is another very important commodity just like gold, we can see that HBAR is also visiting a very important potential support zone, because HBAR got rejected here in 2023 versus oil, and here we couldn't really hold above this region. Eventually we broke below it here in 2024, and here there's also a rejection here in 2020. So this could be a potential support zone for HBAR versus oil. Of course, there is no guarantee that HBAR will bounce here. We can also break lower versus oil here, but this is definitely an interesting area and a much better area to get involved into crypto or HBAR compared to July 2025 or compared to December 2024, as you can see. And also, guys, lastly, if we look at the RSI versus oil, the same thing here that we saw versus gold, significantly oversold at the moment and almost the lowest reading ever recorded here on this chart. Okay, let's now talk about HBAR USDT, so basically HBAR valued in dollars, and what we can see is that HBAR is currently holding slightly below 10 cents. Now this could be an interesting area here where HBAR is trading at, because price couldn't hold above this area here in 2024, a slight break above this range, but eventually we fell much lower. So right now it looks as if HBAR is trying to flip this area into new support. This area also provided resistance here in February 2023, and probability wise, I think we are at the end of this correction or nearing the end, because this correction has already been going on since November 2024 here for HBAR. As you can see, I just can't guarantee you when this potential bounce is going to happen, and if it is going to happen at all. It is all a game of probabilities. I mean, if we look at the RSI, for example, significantly oversold, same story compared to gold, compared to oil, and also here valued in dollars, significantly oversold, almost the lowest level ever recorded for HBAR. What is also key to note is that HBAR has been in an uptrend here since basically, December 2022, with higher highs and higher lows, and as of today this trend is potentially still intact. So it wouldn't surprise me if we would see other higher highs and higher lows, because on the macro this looks like a local uptrend which is forming here since 2022 for HBAR. And also keep in mind, guys, I haven't explained that, but I'm currently on the line chart, which basically focuses on the candle closes, not necessarily on intraday or intra-week volatility. It basically cuts out all the noise, and I like to use this in my analysis because it gives you a very clean overview, as you can see over here. But yeah, to sum it up, I think HBAR could be a great buy at the moment. Not financial advice, just my personal opinion. I think if we see a bounce to the upside, then the first major area to pay attention to could be between 12.5 cents, potentially all the way up to 14 cents, because yeah, here we got supported in the beginning of 2025, and here we got rejected in the beginning of 2024. So that could be the first, I would say, temporary resistance area for HBAR. But in the longer run, I think HBAR could easily set a new all-time high from this point. I'm just not sure when that's going to happen. Maybe already this year, maybe in the beginning of next year. I don't know, but I do know that right now could be a very lucrative moment to get involved into HBAR. And lastly, guys, if you want to stay up to date with everything and posting real time, I've got a free official WhatsApp group where I share market updates, breaking crypto news, charts, and very important development in the trading system. This is absolutely for free. So if you want to be part of that, the link is down below in this video description. You've got to check it out.